This is Enzo Eigen of the Alliance for Loki. Bonjour, Grüße meine Freunde, hello everyone. The nighttime stream at my usual time. It's 2200. Just gonna do some arena tonight and hopefully work my way towards getting 2,000 6-star shards. Let's get myself a link to For Loki chat. My mouse hasn't been working very well. Oh, it's driving me crazy. It's like one goes up and down. Oh, I hate when the mouse doesn't work. So stupid. The battery is going low. Okay, let's just get the link from my video to put in the chat. Looks like a lot of people have been playing with the new champions, Havoc, Mr. Sinister. They're getting pretty good reviews. Let's see if we can get the link. There it is. Okay, just drop this in. Okay, let's do some streaming. Just get rid of the link, go back to my stream page. Just quick chat. Hello everyone. Welcome to the friend zone. Welcome to the friend zone. Friend zone, friend zone. I don't think anyone's watching when I made my song, but it's okay. So off we go for the little arena. See what we have to do. I think all my 6 stars have been used. I used those earlier today. I did some 5 stars. I'm not sure if those are refreshed or not. Let's see, these guys are not. Actually, it must be close. 33 minutes. Yeah, I might be able to get to my top champs, but we'll just keep on working on down my 5-star roster until we are either done or the top ones are refreshed. So off we go. I saw a lot of YouTube videos by Seaton and Brian and Rich the Man on the Havoc and Mr. Sinister. Looks like they're getting a fair bit of good press. I've been playing Event Quest and I like Mr. Sinister. He just has some cool powers. Pretty interesting, unique, and a little different. So yeah, I think I will. I don't know. I think I might grind for him. It seems like he might be next. The next championship in Arena. Usually they have sort of an old champion next, but I just had a feeling like he's the next one. Just the way they sort of introduced those 5-star crystals, and there's been a little bit of like his profile came out in the in-game mail, so maybe he is next. I think there's a pattern. Who was the last one? Wasn't Ghost, Yondu, someone like that? I think they're going through all the old 5 stars. Wish Captain America Civil War would be one of the 5 stars that would sort of come back in the non-featured arenas. The one I really want to go for. I wonder if they really plan on doing that. If they plan on at some point bringing back or going through every 5-star in the arena. It seems like they should, just because I mean they've gone through. I don't know if anyone's charting the pattern, or is it just sort of random what 5-star they choose. Captain America, Iron War. Who's the other one I would really go for? Definitely not Howard the Duck. Yeah, I can't imagine. I wonder how Blake would do if he went into the arena now. Of course, I know a lot of people would still need him and want him. But comparatively to some of the other characters, I don't know if he'd go super high. 70 mil probably would be safe for him. It's pretty amazing to think. Like the old 4-star arena was at 800 who got the champion, and that was sort of the featured new champion. And now, I mean, 150 just get the 5-star. That's really ridiculously low considering how many players there are and how much work you have to do to get them. So, I don't know. We got some 3 5-stars. I got Rogue just because I didn't have her duped, so I went for her. I've got Emma and Korg, and those are the only 5-stars I've ever grinded for. I started grinding for Iron Man Infinity War, and I remember getting about 18 mil, but I was just too far behind to want to go for him. Seems like the scores though have gotten reasonable again with the I guess it's all the bots that have been banned, so that's good. This is not quite so ridiculous to go for a champion. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Sinister really tempts me. I guess I should see if anyone in my alliance is going for him and what people think. Surprisingly, I don't know if I've seen too much. I guess I'm sort of behind on chat. I haven't really read it for the day. Like when I log on to the chat, you know, it's after everyone's sort of come home and been up all evening, and so there's lots of chat that's happened, usually like 100, 200 messages, and I'll try to skim through it and see what's happening, but I really don't read too much of it. And then I go to work and I get back and it's sort of the same thing. Sometimes I'll turn on line at work, but that's a little too distracting. I just don't like the constant messaging, so I'll check in every now and then, especially if there's war going on, or of course AQ, just to see what's happening. But just for me, it's easier logging into the game to see if I'm needed more than it is to try to troll through chat. Really, the only thing I look for when I do chat at work is just to see if there's any mention of me in any of the messages, and I know it's important. But there are some, there's just a lot of things going on, of course. It seems like it's been so long since we had Alliance War. I meant to look at one of the command forums just to see when war was starting again. Is it the 16th? Is it starting in 4 days? Is that when Season 8 begins? I guess I need to try the enlistment period and see how that's working. You think they would try like a week of preseason? Maybe that's what they said. They'd be a week of preseason, and then they would try the new enlistment more and see how that worked. And if that worked well, I guess then the season starts. I'm really excited for the enlistment. I don't know if it's going to make that big a difference for Loki, because again, I don't think we did anything particularly fancy in our matchmaking. I think we just sort of joined when we joined, and we faced I'd say a pretty reasonable selection of foes. I mean, we had everyone from the top, like MYG, NYC, and MNG, and ISO 8A, you know, to a couple that were pretty easy, you know, ones that were obvious, like Plat 1 alliances or Plat 2. We have such a high war rating that, I mean, you know, it's just not too much we can do, I don't think, to get a lot of hard matchups. But even those easy matchups, I mean, surprisingly, I mean, they were good. I mean, those teams we played that were like only Plat 1 still had a lot of good players and gave us a run for our money each time. I think the only really big difference is the defenders. Like, of course, when you play a team like MMX, you have crazy defenders, lots of R5s, lots of the newer 5-stars, and all the toughest defenders. Boy, what do we have? We had like, I think 6 things we faced that war. This MMX was just placed them everywhere. Things and porks and dominoes, they just littered our map with them. And then when we played one of the lower ranked alliances, I remember fighting like a rank 3 Iron Man Infinity War on Node 38, so definitely not as good at defenders, which of course always makes it easier. That was the live war. Oh, that live war was so much fun. It's had such grand plans for it, and I really hope we get the chance to do another one. I think we can only do them on Sundays, because on Sundays, you know, that's when enough people are free and can sort of like be around to stream with all of our diverse time schedules. Let's see, we got Mordo here. Remember when I was just getting into Alliance Wars, like Mordo, who was the big characters we had on defense? Like, there's no diversity, so everyone was trying to place Mordo, Magic, Jugs. I don't know if Dormammu was in the game yet, but maybe Dormammu, Electro. Yeah, I can't remember. I remember ranking up for defenders. I think I ranked 5, my 4-star Mordo, just to make sure he was on defense. He was sort of a pain on defense, especially with Mystic Dispersion. I mean, between his power gain and the way Mystic Dispersion used to work, I mean, it would take 1 second for him to be at special 3. I remember those days too. I don't feel like I ever really used 3-minute boost. I assume they were in the game. Like I didn't even know about them. But yeah, I just didn't play with them. I don't even know if I boosted. I think I really had the whole boosting culture. I was playing in pretty low level alliance, so it wasn't like we were going that serious. And at that point, war was sort of I think maybe like half the time we didn't even finish the map just because the boss would be too difficult, or I don't think we even finished most of the paths. I remember there's sort of like 2 inner paths. I can't remember what the war map was like, but I feel like there's 2 like outer paths that we just like never touched. Maybe the lanes you didn't have to go to. I'm just going to mute the mic for 1 second. I just got drinks of water. My mouth is feeling really dry tonight. Okay, I'm back. That feels much better. You ever go through the day when all of a sudden you realize it's like, I've been drinking any water the entire day. You're just like parched and dehydrated. That's sort of how I feel today. Just I don't think I've drank enough water. I always have a water bottle with me at work and just drinking water all day long. But this is one of those days I just think I forgot to. But I drink a lot before I go to sleep, just it all dried out at night. Mordo has an interesting thing about being unblockable. If he holds his block more than more than 2 seconds, I think that's can even block unblockables. So now, I wonder if there's any way to tell. Let's see, this is black dots. Oh yeah, maybe it's black dots. So notice now it has black dots on his. I think it's from being hit. Maybe there's no way to really tell. I really dislike when Kabam sort of has a character have a feature, but there's no indication that it's on. So Mordo's unblockable is when his blocks block unblockable attacks. I think is a good indication of that. I also think when Vision is about to get synthesized. I'm trying to think what other characters need an indication I don't have one. I'm sure there's a few other ones, but I don't know why like some character abilities just don't have some type of little icon to go with them. I wonder if it's an intentional decision or just the way the character worked out, either oversight or didn't think it was needed a designer. Maybe black. No, who's this guy? This is all of his icons show up. Killmonger. So you know when he has his indestructibles. You know when he has his unstoppables off the block. His reverb has it. I mean, he seems like a good character where they have like showing everything. Maybe it's older characters before they really started using passives. I'm trying to think if any older characters have passive buffs that are active. I wonder who the first passive buff character was. I'm trying to think. Maybe let's go look up champions real quick. It's sort of intriguing me, this question. Who has passive? Medusa doesn't. I think Morningstar, Magic. Emma has a prowess charges. I guess those are considered passive. Yeah, they're passive. But she's pretty new. Kingpin, no. Symbiote Supreme has actually a passive. Does a passive debuff with his stagger. Hyperion, no. Hulk. Does Hulk have it? And Sabretooth? Maybe Sabretooth. Maybe that was about when the first one. So I bet with Bishop and Sabretooth coming into the game, that was maybe the when you start seeing passes, because Sabretooth he could get those Fury passes. Ghost of course has some passives. Angela does not. She is just a buff whore. She gets so many buffs on her. Yeah, okay. I guess that's my theory now. It's the Sabertooth era when he came out, they start having more buffs. Okay, back to Arena. Or maybe Golk. Maybe Golk was it. I can't remember if it's Fury's passive or not. I feel like it might not be, but I guess we can take a look real quick and see since it's standing in front of us. That's for fights, blah blah blah. Trials out for blood. Let's see, how good is champion of the people and guts worked up? So passive increases his attack. No, it's not really it. The crowd time it reaches 100, crowd works itself into a frenzy. 400 every 70 to 70. It doesn't. Well, I'm sure it says somewhere. Oh, I just want to read this all. Okay, well, maybe Hulk. Golk was the first one to have this feature, this passive buff feature. Okay, back to Arena. Let's see. I need 3 mil. I feel I'm not gonna make the 2K level this round. Just lagging behind on Arena. I'm too motivated to do a whole lot of it. Oh, there's a good article, not article, a YouTube video on what's her name? The purple hair girl. See here right in front of me. She has a name, and the name is what is it? Psylocke. There it is. Psylocke. Yeah, I saw Rich the Man put a video about Psylocke. I've always really liked Psylocke. You know, I find her like tricky to play just because it's a little bit hard to get the opponent locked down with power. And then once you do, you just gotta be real careful you don't blow it and give up a hit. Unless you lose it. But let's see if we can do it. Is this about the right place to get one? Ah, of course, killed him too quick. I've tried her some longer fights. I think I saw the title by Rich was, you know, is her damage enough? And I bet the answer is no. Maybe I'll watch her right before I go to sleep tonight. Sort of curious what he says. I think her damage is just not high enough. I know she has a sig ability that I think scales her critical. I'm not sure if it's critical success or critical damage with the opponent having 0 power, but I'm not sure if it scales enough. And even her criticals don't feel all that hard. As I was saying before, that's my next video I want to start making, is really want to try to analyze the attack in this game. Like, can I figure out how the attack directly relates to the damage? So you got medium, lights, heavies, and so you can pretty much identify the damage. So I almost think about starting a new account because I want to have a pretty stable playing field. So meaning that I guess I'm more like a controlled conditions. So I want to take all of my masteries off and then play with those and then see if I can make sense. I mean, who knows? It might be that the attack 100% just equals the damage you do on a medium, and a light is like, you know, 75% of that. But it might be just like a really simple calculation like that. And then I can start looking at all the masteries and seeing how they affect the attack and what and you know, it's a little hard because BAM has this on this sort of graduate scale, so what they call diminishing returns. So you can't quite scale it up linearly with, like, you know, an extra 100 attack or extra 100 furies. It's this result because like maybe the first 10 do a lot and 20 not so much, and then, you know, the next 30 like really almost nothing, and by 50 it's almost insignificant in the game. But even that would be interesting to sort of start doing, just again trying to understand the mechanics of the game a little more. I'm not sure if there'd be really any great use. It seems like we're pretty much able to figure out the champions, if they're good damage dealers or not, but yeah, just something for fun. It's always fun to see if you can discover the math behind the game. I love this team right here. This is my Thor Rag team. So you got Hela, Golk, Thor Ragnarok. I mean, obviously they're all from that movie, but they have great synergies together. Like the synergy that Thor Rag gets when he gains 10% of his life back at the end. That's pretty sweet. Hela starts off with a bunch of Furies. I'm sure Gold gets something too, but yeah, I have 2 of these 3 as 5 stars, Hela and Golk. I'd love to get Thorag as a 5 star because then my collection would be complete. I'm about 1,400 shards away from another 6 star. So, and I want to get another 6 star before 26th of February. Might be close, just because I want to have one more chance at this batch before it gets diluted any further. Ghost, Corvus, Proxima. I think those are awesome champions. And the new champs don't really excite me too much. I think Emma would be pretty cool. Cynthia Supreme, he's awesome. But I have them as 5 stars, and both of those are ranked 4 already, so I mean, I'm just basically duplicating characters. Champion out hates. Aegon needs to be awakened. Then the Duck would be amazing. He'd be almost the one reason I'd wait for the next batch, but not quite enough of a reason. And then yeah, between Ghost, Corvus, Proxima, I don't really care too much about Core, Grime, Infinity War. Again, both high levels, but the defenders don't seem too helpful right now, 6 stars. But even things like Luke Cage would be cool, or duping my Killmonger, or duping my Domino, or getting a Sentinel. Yeah, so I would say it's still a lot that interests me in this current group of crystals. And oh my god, once I add in Hulkbuster, Hulkbuster has another pretty set of bear characters in the new crystal. Can't remember, Magneto. Seems like the trash characters are really trashy in the next one. So the new feature ones I feel pretty ambivalent about. Only Venom the Doctor I have an interest in, and then the remaining champions just don't seem that good at all. I don't know if there's any in there that I really even like too much. So even ones I consider good, I guess I'd have to look back at the crystals I can't quite remember, but not really worth it. So yeah, I got a nice little all-woman team. I love that. We can have a little Quake on Quake action. Actually, no, she's going to get Electra and get this class advantages where I can. Quake. She's so cool. I don't know if I can master her though. She sort of feels like Ghost to me. Just a little too skill based. Especially, boy, when she gets up against the wall. Oh, that's interesting. I got the heavy. And it's the end of you. Yeah, she makes you really good against the wall just because you have to play that really well. Just so quick on the parries and knowing when to dodge. For Electra, her well, I guess I just took off. So I changed my masteries around. I'm trying to make my masteries. I had them more Void friendly, but I just haven't played Void that much now, and I haven't been Alliance for it lately. So I want to keep them Void friendly. And so I still have the 3 in Despair, but I also want to make them Ghost Rider friendly with the 5 out of 5 and Mystic Dispersion. So we can go look at them real quick and see that one fight. Yeah, let's just finish this fight. Let's look at them. I can sort of walk you through them. But yeah, I basically am trying to satisfy 3 characters at once, and as Void, Blade, and Ghost Rider. And I think I've almost done it. It's one decision I sort of go back and forth on, but I think I've made the right choice. So let's go take a look at the masteries and see what I've done. Let's see, okay. Masteries, let me to them. I love that Ghost Rider's now my featured champ, my profile champ. I basically have 3 profile champs. I have him. Oh, I forgot about the 20% boost. I use that in AQ just day 5, and I have so many 20% boosts. Might as well use them to save me points. So, okay, so my offense, I got the heavy on the bleed because of Blade, so 5 out of 5, and I just love Deep Wounds. I think it's such a great mastery. It just seems like so many characters end up having bleed. It seems so worth it. 1 in Assassin. I love having 1 in there. I don't know if it's really that useful, but that 1 just gives you that little extra boost at the end of the fight, which is really nice. And of course, 3 out of 3 in Despair. I mean, I'm starting to really come around to Despair as an important mastery. I mean, so many characters have that regen ability. It's just good to knock it down a little bit. And, you know, so many characters I have, Blade, even Ghost Rider, I mean, they just put on a few debuffs and it just makes all the difference. Let's see. Defensively, so 3 out of 3 in willpower. Really like willpower. Sort of feel like I'm wasting all these points by not gaining equity and what's the other one? Resonate. I would almost consider making willpower. Whoops. Uh-oh, sorry, lost the feed. I'll get right back. Sorry, lost the feed. It will return in a moment. I think you can still hear me. Just can't see. Yeah, this is the second night in a row. Maybe I have too many windows open. This reflector I'm using just quit. Let's put the beat right back on. Transitions. I think you can still hear me. Just wanted to have that. Keep on practicing it. Okay. Let's see. We got to restart this. Quit and turn back on. Let's see if we can get it. Yeah, it's fine. The first couple of times I streamed, I had no issue whatsoever, but now the last 2 times something goes wrong. I'm not sure if it is maybe again too many things open, maybe just bad luck and coincidence. But hello, Meister. Welcome. You have just caught me at a bad time because my feed stopped working, but I think I have it back. There it is. I was just talking about my masteries, just trying to show the new setup. So this is, I call it the, I don't know the fancy name, Ghost Rider Blade Void setup. So in my defense, this is my next debate. So 3 out of 3 in willpower, but oh boy, willpower is like the worst of the worst as far as scaling masteries. When you go from 0.5% to 0.7%, and I was thinking about that. I mean, think about a character like Ghost Rider. He has 25,000 health. Let's take a look and see if that's true. Ghost Rider, say what his health is. His health is 40,000. Okay, so if you're getting 0.5%, what is that? 0.5% is that 200? How much I need for half suicides and willpower? How much, as in how many units, or how much willpower? You know, how much I need for half suicide and willpower. I would guess, I mean, so you don't lose, yeah, units. Oh, I don't know. I mean, you could probably figure out real quick. Let's see. So, does it tell you the cost? It doesn't. I feel like every time I switch around between suicide and not suicide, and this is just a guess, and get a willpower, I feel like I spend around 100 units. But that's pretty accurate. I think a lot depends too on what your setup is going to. Like if you have just a few things here, it might not be that expensive because, like, of course you have to recover all of these and then replace them. But you know, the basic masteries aren't too expensive, and I feel like the suicide ones are alright. I mean, it's the this one's a killer. Deep Wounds is a killer, and Assassin's the absolute killer to rank up. And then defense, yeah, if you don't have too many, again, the basic ones I don't think cost too much. Willpower, I think it's sort of expensive, but again, sort of expensive. It ends up being 10 units. So yeah, I would say 100 units is my guess. I bet it might be less, like 80 units. I'll remember next time, Meister. And if you're here when I change my units again, I will, you know, I would almost go to, I'm doing so much arena. Yeah, let's go to suicides. Why not? I sort of was thinking about changing them anyway, and we can see how much this will cost. Okay, so we're 1496. Any 10 locked. Recoil, double edge, and willpower now. Good evening, Dr. Dubes. Welcome. Glad you're around. Need to unlock double edge and willpower only. Okay. Double edge. Yeah, boy, I can't remember at all how much the the cost of these, but okay, we'll go do it. We'll go switch over to suicides. We're at $14.96. Let's see how much it costs us. Cover 150 gold. I guess you don't want to keep track of the gold for you. Okay, another 500 gold. Let's see. Pierce. What do you think, dupes? So I'm thinking, cause as I'm saying about my yeah, 2 carb, that sounds about right. I'm thinking about my defensive mastery was taking my 3 points out of willpower and putting 1 point in willpower, 1 in equity, and 1 in resonate, just to give mostly my void that extra debuff, and Luke Cage and all the other characters that sort of benefit from him. I feel like those 3 in willpower, they just don't scale very well at all. Oops, I lost that. Okay, that's 1 unit down, it looks like. So we spent 1 unit so far. So this is, that's 2. That's 4. There is 7. 11. This must be 5. So 16. Okay, and so I figure probably the same scaling as that one. 16. So 17. 19. 22. 6 and 26 and 31. Okay, we're up to 31. Now let's take a look at these. 31, 32, 34, 34, 36, 40, 46, and 46, 48, 52, and 58. Okay, so it took 58. These voices never unlock it. Okay. Yeah, it's I guess that's where I'm at. Is now that I haven't done war, we haven't played war for so long. I get this 1 point. Where should I throw him? I guess throw him to spare. Yeah, might as well get people's healing down a little bit. So there you go, Meister. I think what was that, right around 50 units? And so if you have to put units in defense, probably the same. I really try not to mess with the defense master. I basically do all of my modifications off offense and proficiencies, which I noticed this the other day. Like if you go to Mystic Dispersion, it still says you need. All right, let's look at this requirements. 11 points in utility, so they still haven't quite changed all their text to match what it should be. It should be 11 points in proficiency, but some of those little small details, maybe I'll write them in the forum, and then they'll proclaim me hero of the universe and give me 25-star champions, or a letter that says, "Thank you. You're the 100th person who's told us this." We're not going to change because it doesn't matter. Oh yeah, no, suicides. Man, suicides is a... I mean a lock. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought after you asked me about cores. Yeah, I can't remember how much it costs to unlock those things. They are... yeah, those cores are expensive, but man, we've had so many good of those stony cores and carbonadium cores. We've had some really good deals lately that I feel like are, maybe half the price that they are if you bought them with units. Suicides is so nice. Oh man, I was playing with Suicides the other last arena, and it just makes everything move so much quicker. I'm going to do a big amount of arena tonight. I might as well put the Suicides on just to get it going faster. There you go. Dubes has your answer. He is the encyclopedia, the MCOC encyclopedia. Though I must say, Dubes, it seemed like you met your match this last what do you call those milestone challenges. Did you finish third? I think that might feel like it's your lowest finish in a long time. But yeah, that's great. But we did so well. I mean, third place. It's amazing. It's so great getting those 6 stones. I think that's one of the main reasons I joined For Loki. I remember talking to Raz, because he was in For Loki, when I was still in J11, and he was saying, "Oh yeah, we just go so hard." And we were trying to do that in J11, but everyone has to be all in, and so there'd be like 15 of us who go pretty hard in those events and really like put up high scores, and then there'd be another 10 who would do reasonable amounts, not that much, but at least engage some. But then there'd be another 5 who'd put 0 or like super minimal amounts, and yeah, it just didn't work. I mean, I remember once, I think it was like item use, we like pushed really hard and did it, but it like took all of the Alliance energy to no worries. I've been loving your Colorado streams. Yeah, enjoy them. Go out skiing, man. It's skiing time. You don't have to be listening to stream. Thank you for stopping by, though. It's always good to see you. Yeah, Kate's out in Colorado. I've been catching his stream every morning. It's always good to wake up to him. Yeah, I can imagine that what the time is it now? If it's 23 here, almost 23 here, West Colorado. Colorado's 8 hours difference, so that means, oh, my math is 15, so 3 o'clock. Oh yeah, that means it's time to get 1 or 2 more runs. A couple of hints about skiing that we've learned here in Europe. You always get hurt on the last run, so right before you do the last run, you say, I'm going to do 1 more. Maybe that's an American thing. I might have picked it up in the States, but yeah. So even when you get to the bottom, it's never last run, so I was like, let's do this one and 1 more, and that'll keep you from ever getting hurt skiing. That might be all my skiing advice. So now we have MCOC and skiing advice all in one. Yeah, we've had great snow these last 2 weeks, just big storms. We have this crazy wind from Africa. It's called the phone, and it just raged through here on Sunday, and it was just amazing. I mean, I was in my little chalet, felt like I was in a ship, just like snow being pushed sideways outside the window, and all the shutters were just being hammered by the wind. Oh, it was incredible. That was definitely like a full-on tempest. That was really cool. But it dropped some good snow. It probably had at least 30 centimeters made for great skiing this morning, but of course I was working, so I got to hear it from my friends who said it was great skiing as I sat there and typed emails all day. Oh yeah, okay, good. I got my rank 5s back online. That's what I was hoping. Get them in before the night, and then do them again in the morning. Let's see, just the tip. Is that a 3 Loki? I think he is. Nope, he's, it's his alliance. Yeah, the dreaded Iron Man Infinity War. Oh, I so dislike those guys in Arena. I seem to always lose them too, because I just don't play them with enough attention. Yeah, I had Suicides on last week. I was using them in AQ, so you think I use them on days 1, 2, and 3. It's amazing how much they affect your characters. Well, there's 2 things that are really hard. Like Ghost Rider, fine, no big deal. Stark Spider-Man just eats his health away. And same here. You can see this fight. I mean, this is an easy fight. I'm down to 75%, and that's all about the suicides. So even Blade, he's not a very good suicide character. And it's sort of funky trying to heal him. I mean, I find his healing pretty easy, except it's risky. I would say maybe like 25% of the time while trying to heal with him, something goes wrong and I get hit. Maybe not that often, maybe more like 20% of the time, 1 in 5, but still. And then you either die. The other thing that's really hard about suicides is fine as long as you can keep your characters going, and Ghost Rider and Blade are pretty sustainables. But if you get low, like you're down to 10 or 15%, if you don't have suicides, you can usually keep it together and do something and get it back. But yeah, the suicides, it just puts you on the clock that is really hard to deal with, just added pressure, because they're just eating away, and then you need some blocks, and before you know it, you're dead. And so I think one time I had suicides, and of course I died with maybe both Ghost Rider and Blade, and then I used to revive. Usually, even with 1,000, I can still which is like 5%, I can still get him back up and get him reasonable healing up to 20-30% the next time. Double that again. But with Suicide's on, and there's also Starburst off. That was it. I think I tried it once, failed, tried again and failed, maybe tried a third revive and failed, and then I had to do a revive and then put a couple of the 4,000 points in one of them just to make sure I had enough health to get him through the next rounds. So it was okay. Did like how quickly I made the fights go in Alliance Quest, but yeah, overall, not really. I can't forget a stupid auto block. Oh, okay, there you go. That's the end of Iron Man Infinity War. So yeah, it's yeah, I really want a Suicide Squad. I mean, that's what I keep on saying. So I figure Suicide Squad would be, I guess Ghost would be there. Like Ghost, Mega Red, because he just thrives with suicide. Ghost and Mega Red, and Emma maybe. I mean, that'd be a pretty cool group, especially with an Awakened Ghost. Maybe an Iceman. I think Emma does everything Iceman can do. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, maybe Corvus. Oh yeah, Corvus. Okay, so Corvus, Ghost, no Mega Red. Oh my God, with Suicide's on. That is just the team right there. So, speaking of Corvus, since I'm looking at him right now, I'm definitely going to try my Legends run. Let's see, so today is day 5 in Alliance War, means tomorrow night's over. Maybe I'll try it tomorrow night. I'll probably wait till Thursday. I think we'll go do it Thursday night. So we'll go for my Legends run on Thursday. I want to spend tomorrow. Maybe I'll spend tomorrow hand drawing some maps of from Uncollected. So I want to chart the maps, make sure I get all the paths ready. And that way I'm just quick on the paths. I want to I'm gonna have to buy 1,400 units, get set the big boost. That way I have those all set. I guess I probably should invest in a couple of potions just to, like, in case I need to heal Corvus, especially on the only ones I'm really worried about are the Masters. The last couple of what do you call them, acts, chapters of Masters. With the Suicides on, maybe Suicides and Corvus will be alright, because again, the Suicides one, the last couple of Masters ones I did were before I had Corvus. I was using Stark Spider-Man, and just, you lose health. I mean, no matter what you did, just because of the Suicides. With Corvus, he actually gains health, so yeah, maybe just make sure I have a few of the biggest health potions, just in case I take some hits and need to quickly heal him, just to keep him alive. But actually, I'm not too worried about that. I'm trying to think for Dr. Sinister. Like, I feel okay with Corvus against Havoc. I did fine with Corvus against Havoc and Uncollected, so that gives me a lot of confidence that he'll be fine in Masters. But Sinister, I don't even think Corvus could do it. I mean, he just heals too much. I mean, every hit's a critical hit, and he heals so much from the criticals that, yeah, I don't think Corvus would be able to do it. So I have two options. I think Archangel is, of course, the best for speed. Archangel was a little tricky against Uncollected Mr. Sinister. I mean, especially with that L1 where he'd throw over the debuffs. I gotta play with that a little more. I'm not quite sure if he throws him over, if he what am I trying to say? Like, if you evade the special one, I think the debuffs don't go over. I think if you block it or he hits you, then you get the debuffs. But I don't think I think you can evade it. Still not very good at evading it, so I need to practice that. But if that's the case, then absolutely Archangel, because then, I'll just get all the bleeds and neurotoxins and poisons on him and just eat him down really quick. But if it turns out that the SP1, no matter what, switches the debuffs over, I might go with the Vision. Vision was pretty good against him, and Suicide's on Vision. Vision won't be doing any fights until the very end, and has that heal block too with his SP2 that you get right off the bat, so you don't. So I don't know. I'm sort of thinking Vision would be the safest one, but I'm gonna have to play around with the Archangel fight and just see how it goes. But then yeah, I'm really hopeful. I sort of want to do it. Okay, thanks, Dubes. See, you know, in the back of my mind, I was like, oh, I bet Dubes know, because you just know everything. You just the encyclopedia, Doctor Encyclopedia. Okay, good to know. I feel like that makes Archangel a little bit more risky. Maybe it's because Dubes, when I have the when he has a neurotoxins on, that kills that ability. So maybe that's why I thought he didn't transfer them over, because I feel like once or twice he's thrown it and it hasn't flipped to me, and I either am just totally misremembering what happened, or it's because of neurotoxins. But still, it seems risky that if I have to build neurotoxins and not worry about the SP1, I don't know. Boy, I'm so torn. It's just, boy, you know, it's like you don't want to do your Legends run and also get to that and go in with Archangel and have him die, you know, which slows everything down so much. I guess if I gave up one death, if I had both him and Vision, went in with Archangel. Yeah, that's what I thought too. I bet it wasn't the Rose that did it. Go with Archangel, see if that works, but if he dies, quickly go with Vision and just then stick with Vision. So, I don't know if that's a good strategy or not, but I guess it's the one I'm leaning towards. Because if you can get Archangel working right, the problem with the uncollected one is he has enough health that you know, just takes some time to eat him down. So even with, I mean, I think at one point like 8 neurotoxins on him, but even that by the time it wore out is only like 50%, and then I have to do a bunch of dodgy and then start building back up again. But maybe the Masters one will not be so tough. But Masters is still pretty real. I mean, I feel like maybe in the 12,000, 13,000 PI. I feel like they're slightly above what you have now is rank 5. So yeah, I mean they're not just easy cruise through fights. You just have got to be somewhat careful on them. You could die if you played foolishly. Vision does so well. It just doesn't hit that hard. That's the only problem. So of course it's going to take a little more time. But yeah, it's a good debate. The classic speed versus security. But I guess if we're going to do a legend run, and I guess I'm going to have my Angel will be super boosted. He'll be full suicides. Yeah, maybe I should go with him. Maybe he'll be able to do enough damage just to cruise through him pretty easily. Yeah, I really want to live stream it just for fun, just to do it, and I'm too scared that that's going to distract me. Like I'll be looking at the chats and I want to chat. You know, if I was a big enough streamer, I would convince someone to go on Skype with me. I guess that's how most people do it, and then they would be able to do all the looking at chat and just helping me out, telling me to pass, telling me if I make a mistake, remind me when my boost's about to run out. You know, all those things I think are pretty important on a legend run. But I think I'll probably just do it off stream, because that's the most safe way. Yeah, my biggest fear is actually having to go to the toilet. Like, you know, I can imagine being like 2 hours in and I just need to go so bad. And I guess you guys keep on trying to play one-handed while you do it, and that just scares me to no end. And I always want to drink a lot of fluids just as I'm playing, just to keep me alert and going. But yeah, that or someone coming over and interrupting. You know, you really got to like find 4 hours where you can just make sure nothing is going to distract you. That's always a little bit tricky, but I think Thursday will be the day we do it. So hopefully. Yeah, I don't have any idea of what time I want to get. You know, I feel like I just don't know. No one's really posting times anymore. I haven't really searched them out. I feel like 3 hours is unrealistic. Like it's way too quick. And I feel like 3:30 might be too much. So maybe if I can get 3:15, that might be my goal. But again, I don't really know know what is the range. I think that this is a pretty easy one, so hopefully it will help me. But of course, if it's easy for me, it's easier for everyone else. In the top 100, yeah, just want to get that Legends badge. As I said, it's just a piece of the game. I feel like, you know, I just want to have that because yeah, it's really cool, and it's one of these things that's it's all on you. It's not contrite, you know. It's not like, doesn't matter if I won't be able to buy my way through it. So even though I can buy like all the big boosts, but everyone does that. Yeah, it's skill, it's being able to play fast, and yeah, it's a good challenge. And so yeah, I think it's really worthy to get the Legends title. The worst thing about the Legends title is just the wait. It's like, so you do it, and then you have to wait 2 weeks to find out if you made it or not. I mean, I really think they should just, like, you know, after the deadline passes, you know, in the next 5 days or however long they need to calculate it, that's when they should say if you got it or not. I guess it doesn't matter too much, but it's just sort of nice to know if you were able to do it. Time for the backbreaker. World Champions backbreaker. Pretty vicious. SB3 clothesline, the whatever that is, the elbow drop, the atomic elbow drop, and the backbreaker. Yep, that's some tough stuff right there. And the 1%. Champion. My biggest regret. Awakened him, ranked forward him, put in my 136 stones into him. Should have given him all that to Proxima. But oh well. Guess he served us well for a couple wars before Art came in with his rank 5. And now he is just a useless trophy. I guess if I ever really needed prestige, one day I could consider ranking him to rank 5 to get the prestige. He has good prestige, like 10.5k, but yeah, that would be the only reason I could see putting in more 6 stones or rank him up. That's for that. Even that is a little questionable. The new characters just have such high prestige that, you know, I'm bound to go for a good one, and then be able to just rank 5 them, and yeah, that'll be my new prestige character. Yeah, it's yeah, prestige is one of those things where, you know, I just want to be in characters that are useful, like the Stark Spider-Man. I mean, he's such a good character. He's my favorite character, but just that super low prestige. It's such a blow. It basically means until you have 6 5s, rank 5s, that, you know, he's really dragging down your prestige. No, but yeah, I'm in a pretty good place now. I don't really have to worry about prestige too much if I want to rank up Hyperion because I have 5 pretty good characters with high prestige. So if I want to rank 5 my Hyperion, if he's really an MVP for map 7, I can do it. And, you know, he's at what is he? I think I 670, which is plenty for him. He just doesn't need much sig at all. And so even at rank 5, I think I would just keep him there and not worry about trying to raise him up. I always worry about Sentinel, even on rank 3, just because against a mutant, he just builds up that analysis code quick. So he does against what's her name? Emma Frost. Accidentally hit him twice. So he has that Corvus gameplay where you go light, medium, light. Something happened. I wonder if I dash back, if that would have done it. I wonder if my prowess charge would affect him. I don't want to lose my prowess charge. No, just lost them all. Oh no, he has 80. Oh no, I dash back twice. Okay, well, let's see what happens. Oh, and I just killed him. Okay. SB2, not so bad. It's pretty powerful. SB2 is legit. I mean, that was with 0 prowess charge. It's at 10,000. That's nice. and I don't think either of those hits were crits. Yep, she in consideration for rank 5, but again, I think I would have if we were focusing more on war. Not that she's that great a defender, but yeah, again, she gets placed almost every war, so might as well have her rank 5. And we already have sort of all the good defenders, the Thing, Core, Domino, Killmonger. So I think more for our defense now, we need sort of like the second level defense, rank 5, Sentinel. She might be one. Who else is in that? Darkhawk. Those are probably. I mean, I guess the goal, yeah. If everyone had like 3 rank 5s on defense, that would be good. And even like the Magics are probably important rank 5s and Hyperions, just so they can. I mean, they're just that much harder to kill than a rank 4. So, you know, if you're having good defense, what it makes a difference is those like little unexpected kills that you get from those characters. Let's see what we have. At some point I hit like all these skilled and mutant characters. I'm not that yet, but try to get a little bit of diversity here. I don't ever like having all 2 of the same class in my arena teams if I can help it. That's one of the many like little superstitions I have while playing arena. So let's see, and that will help. And I guess we'll go with the class disadvantage. Got Darkhawk here. I was going for Thing and Future Grandmasters and got Darkhawk. I think I opened 20 and got Darkhawk in them. It's pretty nice. I love Darkhawk. I actually wasn't really caring if I got him or not. I mean, I definitely want Thing more, but I'm glad I did. Just, yeah, such a cool character. You know, I could see taking him up again. Maybe another map 7 MVP. You know, against the Mega mini boss. Apparently, we need a good robot champion. So Sentinel and Darkhawk are the 2 recommended ones. I wish. Hang on a second. Oh, sorry about that. Just had a super itchy throat, and I forgot to delete the mic. Oh, I told you I was just thirsty. I'm gonna go grab a drink of water. I'll just be right back in 2 minutes. Okay, sorry about that. Boy, it's like you got that super dry throat, as I was saying earlier. I was just talking away, and all of a sudden, I just had to cough like crazy. Sorry, I coughed into the mic. That was one of those amateur streamer moves, like put the be right back on sign on, but didn't mute the mic. So, oh well. I'm learning, slowly learning. I think on the next couple of things I need to do about the my stream. So the next few things I want to do is to I'm trying to think. I don't know. I don't know what the next improvements are in my stream. I was thinking about them the other day and had some ideas. Just totally forgot them. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I still feel like those black borders are sort of annoying. So I can't quite make the OBS screen fit my iPad reflector. And so you see the way it has those black borders. It's sort of ugly. So maybe that. I think there's anything else I really want to get. I don't know. I guess maybe I also want to have a couple more windows set up on my transitions. Like I'd like to show some of my spreadsheets that I'm using to track my I have like a whole list of my favorite 6-star champions in the order that I want them, so that'd be sort of fun to show. Also my crystal sort of my crystal pools I've done this year. Haven't kept track of that, so yeah, it might be good to have sort of a transition to those screens. The music. I guess I wouldn't mind trying to find like more songs. See if I can get like a whole playlist of songs, like 10 songs that just keeps playing. That way, yeah, it's not the one song over and over again. Just want to get a little bit of music. I wonder if I could get the game sound onto the stream too, because I think I could have the music. I'll turn off the game music and then have the I'll get some more of my rank 4s are coming around. Have the game effects, some feedback, some playlists playing. I think that might be a nice touch. Symbiote Supreme, I'm getting to like him more and more and more. He's just, I mean, he is like a cool Doctor Strange, basically. The way he fought Hyperion in the Uncollected event quest, the very last one. Oh boy, champion! Just totally shut Hyperion down. You know, his stagger debuffs were keeping him from getting power gains, and yeah, just made that fight really doable. And then it gets the SP3 and start just getting so many bleeds. Oops, I should put Dr. Voodoo against magic. Then basically I just dance around, wait till I get another SP3, keep on getting staggers on him. Yeah, that's great. It really worked well against Hyperion. That's sort of an annoying fight. Like the first time I didn't have him, and so I went in with like Corvus, that was a disaster. Then went with Void, that was a disaster. And then I think after those 2 characters died, I just quit, started again with Symbiote Supreme, and I think, have I finished? I think so. I think I finished all the paths. Maybe not. We can go and look. But I think I've done almost finished with 100% health. He was really good, and so I find more and more uses for that. Those stagger passives are great, and yeah, it would be hard for me to rank 5. I mean, it's great prestige, which is super nice. But he's sort of like Archangel in that, you know, rank 4 is good, and he has like these specialty places in the game. He's not like a super, what's it called, super, God, what's the word I'm looking for? It's super soldier? No. Like characters like Blade and Ghost Rider and Hyperion, I mean, you just can use them on and on. Versatile, general. Well, Symbiote Supreme, a little more like unique in what he brings. I can think about it in war. Like in war, when I do my path, you know, it's basically void, just void, you know. And I feel comfortable with void. I can just go into a fight with void and feel confident I'm going to win. Like even if I don't scout, he's just, I know he has that. He just has that good like generic ability against almost every foe. There's very few, like except for Kingpin or ones like that you would get in trouble with Void. And so there's Void, and then Stark Spider-Man, same thing. I mean, you know, sort of flip, except for a Cord, I'd go into any fight with Stark Spider-Man and feel comfortable. Vision, same thing with Vision though. I'm always worried about his damage not being enough. Well, I don't know if I feel that way about Symbiote Supreme. If a character didn't bleed, I'd be a little worried about him. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he'd be fine. I mean, he does a great job against the champion boss just because he just deals with all those unstoppables and things he gets. So, yeah, maybe he is worth rank 5. I need to actually learn more about him. I don't quite understand the way his power control works or his specials work. Yeah, I know that he's cycling between the 3 different sort of modes, and that does something, and yeah, I don't know. So maybe if I knew how to play him right, I would be rank 5 in him immediately. I sort of wonder how he compares to Doctor Strange, because Doctor Strange has the same mechanic, and does Doctor Strange's mechanic, I don't know if it works against passes, where it just like I would assume it doesn't remove passive effects, because oh man, if he did, everyone would have him rank 5. But yeah, I think at maximum sig, I mean, just like every second, every 2 or 3 seconds, he just totally erased the person's buffs. And, you know, that's a pretty powerful feature. And he has that healing too. I know, boy, when 12.0 came out, they really took away his power. I feel like the healing, it was one that suffered. Maybe they reduced the healing he got, or made the effect shorter. But whatever they did, it's yeah, it's really unfortunate. He was such a fun character, and to be honest, I mean, Scarlet Witch overpowered, Thor overpowered. Who else did they go after Massive Bust? But Doctor Strange, he really wasn't that bad, and yeah, the buff was too much on him. Never recovered from it. He was such a fun character. Just, yeah, he's one of those super unique characters back in the day when, you know, you had like 20 skins of the same character, and that's what most of the game was just like repeat characters, and here's this one super cool unique character. But c'est la vie. Now we got Symbiote Supreme, who might be better. I mean, oh boy, if you go against some of those bleeds, I don't even know how he puts on those bleeds, but man, when I was playing it, I was getting like 8 or 9 bleeds. Yeah, okay, we'll definitely go in and finish up that last path if I have enough energy. I just want to see it as we're doing the stream while everyone's around. Oh no, okay, I'm in big trouble. He throws his SP3, good. Bait out the old heavy, okay. And perfect. Death to Hyperion. Yeah, Hyperion's always dangerous. I get some more with magics, and even Void's shut him down pretty well because he just has too many counters nowadays. But I remember on my past 7, the first fight as a Cosmic. Maybe I didn't scout it just because I was so sure it was just going to be some diversity champ. I wasn't worried. It ended up being a Hyperion, and I was just like, oh my god. But it was alright. I managed to kill him without dying. I think was I using that? I almost always use Vision. Maybe I didn't use that because of class disadvantage. I even used Void, but yeah, Void is great against him. You just sort of gotta get those petrifies up. So usually if you can bait out like 2 or 3 specials, by that time one of the petrify would be up, and then sort of a non-issue is power gain. Void, such a great champ. Just love Void so much. So versatile in this game. Heimdall. Let's see what you can do. I love Heimdall's True Strike. I'm trying to think who's the best True Strike character. That would be, in my perfect world, the next rank 5. A rank 5 character who had really good True Strike. Because, you know, you just face so many different characters in different parts of the game that having True Strike on is a huge benefit. And so Heimdall would be a candidate because you get his, basically after you do an SP1, you have his True Strike. I really think Proxima would be the one I'd choose. I like the way her True Strikes work, just because you get them so sort of like you can get them whenever you want them, which is I think the most important thing about True Strike. Who else has a pretty decent True Strike? Killmongers. Again, you have to wait for an SP1 to get him. His are like, so I'd put Heimdall and Proxima in one class, like super strong True Strikes, and then I'd have someone like Killmonger. Who else has good True Strikes? Karnak maybe, in like sort of the next level of True Strikers. You know, they get them, but you know, their time is limited. Oh my god, boy, Rolk is just crushing him. The Suicide is doing it, man. This is just a really weak character. How many hits was that? Let's see if it says. Was that under 10 hits? Like it was. That was. Oh, I hit too fast. Well, guess we'll never know. Man, just absolutely crushed him. That Red Hulk. We're talking about True Strikers. I can't remember. Cable has that crazy True Strike after his SP3. He's the lower level, so if we had the highest tier, so we went great, good, fair, and poor. Poor means you just don't have, or maybe just have very little. It's the greatest Heimdall, greatest Proxima, good Venom. who are we just saying? Venom, Karnak, Killmonger. I think those are pretty good true strikers. Like, I guess we just have 3 levels in the good, fair, poor. The poor category would definitely be, what was it just talking about? Cable. Yeah, because it is so iffy. I guess we don't have that many true strikers in the game. It seems like it's just one of those things where, I don't know, it really takes, you can see it in war too, like going against Spider-Mans or Nightcrawlers. I know you can play around them and do the Nightcrawler trick and all those things, but it just seems like it'd be so handy to have if you just were sure you didn't have to deal with any of those things, evades, things like that. I was telling everyone last stream about my Punisher 2099. He has a funny battery power. And if you get an SP3, it like drains you down. Let's see if we can do that. Let's wait close. See if we can go up to an SP3 and see if it drains them down to a certainly help letting him crush me. Let's go close. Oh, see, oh, isn't that so cool? That's a really cool ability. So he didn't, and maybe that costs like, I don't know how much battery that cost. Oh well, I definitely won't know. But yeah, boy, it really got me. So I was fighting against him with my Ghost Rider in Alliance Quest. He's the first character I fight, and you know, it's like, oh, I got my SP3, and so I was like standing far away, and I threw it, and all of a sudden I watched my character do his SP2. I was like, oh, what's going on? But then I remembered about that ability. It's a pretty cool ability. It uses battery power to keep everything in SP3. Ironically, Doom Royal sort of has that same power too, just with its power drain. Like you can push him up to an SP3, and as long as you just keep on finishing with that heavy, and not that heavy, that medium attack, you know, it'll just keep on draining that power. And so you never have to worry about getting to an SP3. I feel like, is there a couple other characters that have something similar? I don't know, I can think of that aren't like obvious power drainers. You know, of course, like Magic, Vision, Civil Warrior, and Power Drains, of course, can do that, but not quite as elegantly as that Punisher 29 feature. It's just a good backup just in case. Venom. I have I don't know. I'm sure we'll put money out there. It's True Strike. Speaking of True Strike, boy, he is like under, what is it? What happened? Does True Strike not work? Oh, it's so strange. Oh man, I really want to look at the playback. I feel like he just evaded. No. Does he lose his True Strike? I thought, oh, because the other person's not below 18%. Ah, that's so funny. Okay. That's so confused me. But yes, so when the opponent's under 18%, he gets True Strike, but then Ultron healed and he got above 18%, and so I lost it. So I went charging in, got evaded, and started getting wrecked. But yeah, I sort of feel like Venom's gonna be my next R5. I have a feeling he's gonna be just so good in map 7. Like I think on that one path, he's gonna just crush it, because maybe on 2 paths, there's one with both buffs and another one with debuffs, and yeah, it has a little bit of healing too, which just helps. Actually, I'll look at him real quick. Let's see, I remember talking with you about him last night, Dukes, if you're still in here. Let's see, so Sig level 80. I won't be able to take him up that high yet, just because I'm putting all my cosmics and generics into Corvus to get him to 200 for prestige. But I'm pretty close. What my Corvus at? Like 150, 160. So soon he'll be up there. So additional genetic memory. I don't want to change genetic memories. Genetic memory. What does it say? It says refreshes itself every 9 seconds. And whenever it activates, you get something from the list below. Petition buff is it? Well, okay, that's a lot of stuff. So basically, I just get a random one of these every 9 seconds. Pretty good. If Venom becomes a Shimmery, the mutation buff is nullified. Okay. Does that mean? I guess it means you lose these things. Max is 7, so you can get 7 of these. That's pretty cool. Then something buff, the Lintar buff. Provides 201 attacks and gains additional price. So does that mean that you get 201 attack for every buff? Hard to know. 50% against bleed, against heroes, against spider. Oh man, I forgot about this. Yeah, it's really a cool one. Any Spider-Verse heroes, you don't have to worry about the evades. So nice. Oh my god, so nice against. I used to have, when I was running Path 4, I used to always have, now I have Heimdall, who's 5, but I used to have one of the Spider-Mans. Oh yeah, I mean, especially on day 5 or day 4, if you get evaded and hit by him, I usually would die. Heavy attacks, critical attacks, bleed, okay. A heavy attack gets armor break, and you'll also randomize your buff, okay, so if you don't like it, you can get a new one. Each strike has 55% chance to steal a buff and feed it to the symbiote. Nullify the buff, triggering the giant mirror buff and healing them for 757. Okay, so you get steal a buff. So I wonder, I assume that's just so you do special attack 1, and you have basically a 50% chance of regenerating one of your buffs. I assume it's only 1, so even if you had like 5 buffs up, it's not like 50% chance for each one. To make it 2 or 3, it's just one of them. And maybe it's all random. 752, 757, and so this is a rank 3. It seems reasonable, so if this is a rank 3, rank 4, rank 5, could you get as much as 1500? That's pretty good. I just feel like above 1000 health is pretty reasonable. I mean, and Ghost Rider's getting, you know, 900, over 900 per hit, and Rogue is getting, just as a rank 2 at least, almost 2000. Hyperion gets 5000 rank 5. Yeah, it's okay. It's we're doing our same classifications of like good, good, fair, poor. It's definitely the fair, like good being the Ghost Riders and the X-23s and the even Hyperions and the Blades of the World. I think his is a fair. His is like Darkhawk and Darkhawk. Rogue is probably in the good, I'd say. Hers is a little underwhelming. An ambush attack is plus 5% damage during this attack. Each buff. Okay, it's not so amazing. Yeah, I mean, this is like a pretty cool character. Again, I mean, I think the main reason is you just might excel on 2 paths. The one with all the, like, where you have to be buffed, and the one where you have to put debuffs on them. So yeah, that'd be pretty versatile if he does that. And if he has a strong attack, which he does, and also is, look at this, I'm in the skill zone, and then mutant zone. Look at this, it's just like almost 3 rows of just nothing but mutants and skill. Yeah, so I don't know, I can imagine my taters would be like, yep, rank him up, rank 5 him. Probably at least rank 4, but it'd be useful. But it also, I guess, depends on making sure all the paths match up with good time zones and things like that. I think I am the one most sensitive to time zones, just being in Europe. Taskmaster, so good. See, okay, there's an interesting thing. So with Taskmaster, I felt like I dodged the first projectile, got hit by the second, but somehow in the way I dodged the first one, that means he didn't come after me with his punch. Oh, just can never figure out Spider-Man's evading his special. Almost always get the first one, but then the second one, and then sometimes the second one hits me and he punches me, but you know, I definitely saw weakness, so it looks like he got the debuff on me, but I'm just not really sure about it. Yeah, I'm starting to fade. Was it 23, 25? Yeah, it's getting close to quitting time. Let's see. Let's just get through a couple more fun characters. These characters don't get to play too much. And then we'll go off to sleep. The Ultron Classic. Super cool. Just a whack by Gambit here. Yeah, I remember one time I had a tech gem and just had it for a long, long time, and I was thinking, maybe it's time to feed it to Ultron. I can't remember. I had gotten Stark Spider. Oh, that's right. So this is before Stark Spider, the Stark Spider feature. I think I'd saved up like 150,000 5-star shards to get Stark Spider as a feature, and so I remember waiting, and then how did I get another 5-star awakening? Maybe it was after Labyrinth of Legends. I don't think I'd finished that yet because I used my 5-star to finish it. So somewhere along the line, maybe it was like Act 4, I got a 5-star, that 5-star awakening gem, spun it. I remember getting, that's too many skill. I remember getting tech. I was like, oh yeah, okay, this will be my Stark Spider backup. And so the time comes to do the feature Stark Spider-Man. I actually get him on the second spin, and then I think I just was like, okay, I'm just gonna go for him. I'm just gonna go for him as a feature and see if I can't dupe him, because again, duping him getting 26 as opposed to using the Awakened Gem getting 1, that's just so much more worth it. And so yeah, I don't know if that's a good idea or not. It actually was the seventh gem, so 5 later, I managed to dupe him, which is, I mean, on the average, I'm still ahead of the game, so I was 2 for 7, and that was and really you should be 1 for 5, so 2 for 10 would have been more realistic, so slightly ahead of the game to get him. And 15,000, I had 10 chances, so I ended up getting him duped, and so then I had this Tech Awakening gem. And I just sat on it. It's like forever. There wasn't any really good tech characters coming out at all. I mean, I can't remember who they were, if any, but I remember impressed. Like Dr. Octopus came out, but he didn't really need one, and there must have been some other ones. And yeah, so then I finished Labyrinth of Legends, and I got Ultron. I remember at one point, you know, I'd had him for a while. I didn't really want to try to rank him up. I mean, even getting rank 4s was pretty slow then, so I was just really careful about who I was rank 4 in. And so, yeah, I have been thinking about it. I noticed, you know, almost every alliance war we'd face an Ultron from Labyrinth of Legends. And so, you know, he seemed like a valuable defender. Definitely was considering it. I don't think his ability did anything too interesting. I actually have no idea what it did, but yeah, I just ended up hanging on to it, and then finally the first time the vision offer came, and I was so happy. I was like, yes, I can't believe it, because even though it was incredibly expensive, I mean, that first vision offer, remember, it's just to get vision. You didn't get him awakened, and this was the point of the game where 5-star awakened gems were just incredibly rare. I mean, they're just like, I think everyone had 1 or 2. Everyone had 1 generic, and I think 1 or 2 just from maybe Act 4 and then Labyrinth of Legends. And so I got the vision, awoken him, and I felt like I was like one of 10 people in the MCOC world who had a 5-star awakened vision. I remember it being so hard because it was you know, it's just again hard to gain 6 stones. So I put in some 6 stones. I think it got up to like maybe even 50, and he was okay, but I mean at 50, his awakened ability just is, that's pretty mediocre. I mean, you gain like half a bar of power, which, yeah, I mean, compared to him now, it's 200 though. Such a big difference. I feel like he scales, like I feel like once you get up to 150, all of a sudden, I mean, he scales a lot. It's like that last 56 stones really pushing his power gain up a lot, but that might just be me not remembering or not really analyzing correctly, but that's my sort of guess about it. But anyway, yeah, I was like, I was so psyched to have, like, I felt like one of the only awakened visions in the world. I would say, though, it made me sort of, I guess bitter is the right word, when the offer came out. I mean, I'm happy everyone could get their visions, but it's such a good offer. I mean, you could get a vision and awaken him, and so all of a sudden, it's like super unique character I had. It's like everyone could get him, so I was like, it's sort of unfortunate, because I like being the only one with a really cool vision. But But to be honest, I used Vision a few times on line. Actually, I was using him in Alliance War, but I don't feel like I fought with him that much. He was a rank 4, and as a rank 4, he just doesn't hit that hard. So even, yeah, just too many times I felt like I was just worried about timing out in fights. My best fight ever was on Node 30 against a Domino with that Vision. I mean, I feel like I did it almost to perfection, got it down to like 2% with a rank 4. Such a good fight, such a close fight. I wouldn't mind if she was on that Node trying to take her with my rank 5 now. She must go down. You know, having the invulnerability was great because, you know, you'd always invariably end up, I feel, pushing her to an SP3 once or twice, and that vulnerability boost helps so much. And since Vision doesn't bleed, you don't have to worry about, you know, the majority of that. The risk with that is all of the bleed damage you take. But yeah, no, I'm never on that path. It's always Ghost, Pete and his Ghost to take care of that problem. Most of the time, I think in our battle group. It's been so long since I've war, I've like almost forgotten who does what. You know. Okay, let's see. We're almost at the end of the rank 3 5 stars, and that's usually what I consider a grind. 5 million points. I started with 3. Yeah, that's good. Getting a nice 2 million done, I think. Suicides is just speeding everything up so much. Let's take a look and see what we have. I think I've gone through all my 4 and 5 stars. They've been refreshed. Actually, these guys haven't, but I think, yeah, they're 5 hours away. Let's see. Okay, oh, we got a Mega Red. He's super cool. Spider-Gwen. Okay, we'll go through Spider-Gwen. That would be the fin de la programme. Let's see. Got old Potato Head. Boy, must have. I thought he had good prestige, but it's a rank 3. He's awakened. He's still below all his characters. Seems strange. Maybe. Yeah, he's awakened. Oh, actually, all these guys are awakened, so maybe not. Class advantage, and off we go. Yeah, boy, he's one of those characters where I love having True Strike when I fight against him. It's like when you have True Strike against MODOK, just really changing it. Goes for, you know, a fight that's sort of tenuous to one that's just cruise, just parry and waste him. It's just so easy for me to like lose track of the combos, or I always try to press it once. I've gotten 4 hits in and she doesn't come up, so I'm like, you can get the 5th hit in. And, you know, it works just enough to make me keep on doing it. And so invariably I'm like, you know, worked the last 2 times, you know, turn it on, and then of course that next time he turns it on, I get parried or blocked, and he retaliates and just does crazy damage against me. Or if I was fighting him on that Bane node, you know, he turns the tides and also puts Bane on me, and then, yeah, it's just like Disaster City. But True Strike, and you just crunch right through him. So nice. I love seeing that auto block failed text. That is the sweetest words. Who is this? A 5-star unduped? Okay, unduped means I don't have to worry about Fear the Void, which you never have to worry about. Man, X23, love her, love her, love her, love her. I wouldn't mind. It should be one of like my fun rank 5s if I ever, you know, get to the point where I can just like do a rank 5 for fun. X23 would be up there. Just like, well, I love Wolverine so much, and she's basically like she is Wolverine, I guess. Just doesn't quite have the healing that he does, which I love so much about him. I remember that was a big debate. I remember at one point, rank 5, you know, it's like, okay, it's either be Wolverine or X23. These were 4 stars. Just was thinking, and right around that same time a video came out. I think it was made by Steven. It's like, which should you rank? And I'd almost convinced myself to do X23. It's like good damage, and she has a cool thing where she can well, if it's a bleed immune, she gets like the cruelty charges instead. So it's like all these good reasons to do her, but man, the healing on Wolverine is just so good. I mean, I love it. You get like full power, and then you get the double heal. Oh my god, it's like your bar just goes shooting up. I love it. It just makes him a great character. So yeah, that was definitely the turning. How, you know, as I've said before, like, regenerating characters, sustainable characters are my favorite characters in the game. I just love characters that can just go on and on and on and bring themselves back from the dead. And so yeah, it was pretty fun to get him. Well, no. So in the end, I forgot what I was talking about. In the end, I decided to rank 5 him, and I don't know if I ever took our beyond rank 3 as a 4-star. Guess I could look, but yeah, I'll see one day. Rank 5 Archangel being another one of mine. I like sort of like fun rank 5s. I mean, Archangel is so cool. It just, I mean, the way he can just eat through characters. I mean, absolutely eat through them with his bleeds and neurotoxins. Yeah, I mean, so cool. Very few characters have his like cool gameplay that just can like, yeah, reduce character to nothing. Let's see, who we have left. We got, oh, is that the last one? Maybe that's the one I'm going to finish instead of get through Cable. What I have, I think right there where Captain America is, he's my last rank 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 minutes. Okay, we'll do Spider-Gwen and call it a night. Check out her new animations. It will be, yeah, we'll see how the buff works. Again, like I said last stream, the buffs are great. It's cool to change characters, but in the end, I don't think it really changes them enough that anyone does anything with them. So I can't imagine that anything's going to happen to Spider-Gwen enough that she will become any more playable than she already is. I guess there's that one person who ranked 5 Spider-Gwen because that's her favorite character. I'm sure she's going to be super psyched. But other than that, it'll just be like, you know, a slightly better character. Every time I play X-Bones now, I think of Dreamin'. He's just like the X-Bones god now against Thing, rank 4 X-Bones, and he just absolutely takes him out of the flare. It's amazing. It's some of the, I think it's some of the most inspiring gameplay I've seen is to watch that fight. You know, it's already hard enough going against Thing, but with a rank 4, and yeah, and like a character just that no one ever brings into war, Crossbones. Oh man, Spider-Gwen doing the business. I really give it a chance to even see her new features, or her new SB1 at least. Maybe her and Suicides. They go great together. Okay, this is the last fight. Let's see if we can just mow down Ultron here. Yeah, it's too bad Ultron was a lot better. He's such a cool character. Again, really good regeneration. But yeah, I guess his Corvus food. His Corvus 2 charges, so he's terrible as a defender, and just doesn't hit enough in war. So I mean, Alliance Quest. So yeah, just seems to sort of fall off everyone's rosters. But it's too bad. I think that he would be a good character to buff if he could just get a little bit stronger, just hit a little bit harder. Yeah, I mean, his regeneration can be a little stronger. It's already pretty strong. If you want to make it any more strong, but it'd be great. Okay, anything else we need to look at before we call it night? Oh, let's see. Not have enough energy? Okay. Boy, I'm tired, but you know what? I'm going to do the last, this is extra bonus watching. Do the last Alliance Quest? No, I'm not. I'm just too tired. It's time to go to sleep. Okay, well, it's been great streaming. Thanks for the few people who've watched. As always is great to have people watch just to keep me motivated and talking by doing stream. And so I always appreciate anyone who comes and visits me. So thank you very much for the people who stop by. And with that, this is Zenzo Eigen of the Alliance for Loki. Bonsoir everyone. Guten Abend. Good night.